Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie McPhail. I'm the expert in helping brilliant women date up. What that means is that I help strong, successful women who are successful in every other areas of their lives get the right tools they need so that they can stop the cycle of toxic relationships so that if they do decide to date again, they date up. So good to see all of you today tuning in. I wanted to jump on and talk to you about self-care. And I don't mean self-care just like have a glass of wine, go take a bath type of thing, but self-care as in really learning who you are. And a really big issue that I see with clients when they come to us is that they have become a chameleon. Maybe they had to be that way in childhood, growing up in order for, to survive. Maybe they became that way after being in the toxic relationship, trying to people please and take care of everybody else and put their own needs on the back burner. But most of our clients come to us not knowing who they are. They don't know what they like. They don't know what their needs are. They don't know what even maybe their favorite color is. And the reason for that is because we have become so used to worrying about others that we have put ourselves so behind that we literally are strangers. And that makes it really uncomfortable. Now, a lot of us do that subconsciously because we don't want to know who we are. There might be fear of who we are. We've been running away from those really big feelings for so long. And this toxic relationship has been a reason why we have not dealt with those feelings. And one of the scariest things for clients when they come to us is now that this person is gone, or that I don't have contact with this person, or that I have minimal contact with this person, why do I feel so terrible? This should be the time when I feel the best. I'm finally away from this toxic person, but really, I don't know who I am and I feel depressed. I feel terrible. I feel lonely. I feel embarrassed. I feel shame. I feel guilt. I feel these really extreme emotions that I'm feeling like I might be depressed. And the reason for that is because everything that we have ignored and put off because of all the big things we've been dealing with somebody else's issues are now all of a sudden coming to light that we have to deal with them. So those things that we've been hiding from, those big feelings that we've been hiding from, those dark secrets that we might not have told anyone that we were keeping, all of those things now when we're alone in our minds and our heads, they all start coming to light, and they all come to light at kind of the same time, which allows us to feel this overwhelmed, terrible feeling. Does anyone feel like that? Is anyone currently feeling like that? Has anyone ever felt like that before? Because for me, that's when I finally, at first I was still running away. When I finally left my first husband, I was like, oh, this is great. I felt such freedom. I felt so good. And then all of a sudden I was like, whew, things are starting to feel really bad. Things are starting to feel really overwhelming. I mean, things were starting to get really, really so bad that one thing after the other kept happening, then left me in a depression. It was hard to breathe. I felt like being by myself was one of the worst things I could possibly think of. And now if you are in that situation right now, if you're in a position where you're like, oh my gosh, it hurts to breathe. Maybe I need another relationship to replace this. Maybe it's just because I'm lonely. What we recommend to our clients is that's actually the exact time you don't want to be in another relationship. All those big feelings, instead of taking something else to cover them up, as in another person, another maybe volunteer activity, more work hours, any of those things, we want you to actually feel the feelings. And it's really hard to do, which is why it's really hard to do by yourself, which is why having a mentor helps you sort through all of those big feelings that have been under the surface, boiling up for all of this time that you never actually dealt with. So that feeling of being depressed, the feeling like questioning your sanity, wondering what's wrong with you, all of those things is actually part of the healing process. But what most of us do is we start to feel all those big feelings, and instead of processing them so that we never have to deal with them again, what most of us has done, what I had done before, was that I just got into another relationship. And so all that did was it took all those other emotions of me feeling inadequate, of me feeling like I didn't belong, of feeling like there was something wrong with me, all of those feelings that I had before my first husband. Then I got married and things got worse. And then I got a divorce, and then all those things that were before now were compounded by the newest past relationship. And then that's why I went into a depression, because everything came out all at once. And I felt like I was dying. And I had to keep repeating to myself my favorite phrase of "this too shall pass," because I had to keep saying, like, it can't be like this forever. And so what a lot of people don't realize when they are breaking these trauma bonds, when they are ending these toxic relationships, whether or not they ended it or the other person ended the trauma bond, ended the relationship, we have a lot of grief. There is grief, and it's a twofold issue. There's grief and there's a detox. That's why it hurts so bad, because you're grieving what could have been in the relationship, and you're going through detox from the toxic relationship. So it's twofold. And this is why anyone who thinks they can just figure it out on their own and they know what the right thing is to do is, I have to strongly disagree, because detoxing and going through grief and not letting anyone else know and not getting support from anybody else is going to make it that much worse and make it last that much longer. And we might not do the right healing that we need, so that we get sucked into another toxic relationship again. And then the whole process starts all over again. And then we compound all the old stuff with all the new stuff. And now it's an even bigger mess. So I wanted to jump on and talk to you about that, because I think it's something that's really, really important. So when we talk about self-care is healing the past wounds, feeling the feelings, getting support so that we can feel them, so that we don't ever have to go through to that deep, dark moments again. And we can move forward from our lives and actually thrive after the toxic relationship. And then have better instincts and seeing those red flags a lot earlier, so we make better choices when it comes to future relationships. So let me know if that was helpful. You know, of course, we're always here if you're looking for a mentor, if you're tired of trying to figure it out on your own and you're looking for more support. Just comment the word strong in the comments, and someone from my team will reach out to you. Remember, you don't have to do this by yourself. We want to help you. There's no need to try to be the superhero and try to figure it out by yourself. Superheroes always have a team. They're always a group, right? It's not just by themselves. So I hope you're having a great Saturday. And, never forget, you are way stronger than you realize. Bye, everybody.